So first of all, Denise, if you can tell us how you got connected to us at Bridge Street Mission.
My connection started with my husband,
Okay.
and he got involved with Bridge Street Mission and fell in love with the program, and now I am anxious to get started to help
Yeah,
out with the
good.
program.
So let's give your husband some props. Okay, so what does he do? What was his involvement at the mission? Because it really expands beyond just the mission, beyond just Wausau to actually a state level. So yeah, and we did talk about Celebrate Recovery with some others last night.
Oh, good.
Chase was here. But we
good.
didn't talk about your husband. So tell us what your husband does through Celebrate Recovery.
Sure. My husband's name is Chuck, and he started to formulate the Celebrate Recovery program through Thrive Church, and really got involved with Christian mission and helping out women and men through their addiction recovery process, and really has a heart for that and has seen life change through the Christian addiction recovery process, and really got involved with Bridge Street Mission as a part of that.
Okay, yes. Yeah, well, we're very appreciative. So, yeah, his involvement was really helping us bring that to our program and get a good program going. But it also has expanded to other locations. So it started with us, then it ended up at Thrive. Now Covenant Community Presbyterian has been doing it, and then now Chuck is a state representative.
Yes, he goes to all around the state and helps support and start Celebrate Recovery programs. So the mission just keeps growing and growing throughout the state. And yeah, it did start at Bridge Street Mission, and it's just how many people have been helped. It's just amazing.
So, excellent. So, but we want to talk a little bit more about what you're involved in, because your name came up as well yesterday through your pastor, Sheldon Miles.
Oh, awesome.
And so it's my understanding is that you have a group that weekly goes to the Wausau Marathon County Shelter, which is the police shelter that's the shelter that's being temporarily run by the police department to fill the void in our community, which, by the way, is very unusual for a police department to do that.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
But you and Thrive Church have been involved on a weekly basis. So why don't you talk about that, what you do and why and what it's meant?
Sure. I think the origin of wanting to get involved is my eyes were opened with the shelter at Community Partners and the need there, and our church was right next door. And how do we be the hands and feet of Jesus to people? And that's what opened my eyes. And then I really wanted to help, and worked with Pastor Sheldon and said, what can we do? I know we can do things. I know we can help. So I developed a team of wonderful volunteers who we go on Tuesday nights, and we
Let's talk about that team for a minute.
Sure.
Because what Sheldon was sharing is that this team isn't just a small team. This is a fairly large team that's involved and very committed. So can you give us kind of a scope?
Oh my gosh,
idea
I
of the
think we've
scope?
got 15 people now, and we're growing, and we want to grow. We want to be able to provide more time there. And a diverse group of people that we probably, even though we're in the same church, may not have developed a relationship with each other, and now we're a family. Oh my gosh, every one of them, everyone have the heart to help people. And when we go to the shelter, it's not only to do the physical tasks, but it's to develop relationships, plant the seed, show love.
Yeah.
So
what does it look like if you take on that commitment? So if you tell Tracy Durante, say, hey, you know what, we're going to take a meal on Tuesday night, October 14th, or whatever the date would happen to be. What does it look like? What are you committing to when you
sure.
do that?
You can commit at the shelter to whatever you can provide as far as time and food. Our team commits to every Tuesday night, and we provide the meal weekly.
Oh, wow.
Weekly. And I haven't said this to anybody else, but want to provide maybe another night of the week too.
Wow.
We haven't gotten that far yet, but
Okay.
so we are every week, and we make the food, provide a meal for as many people who are there. Sometimes 45 to up to 70 people have been at the shelter in nights. So we provide the food and serve the food. We help with intake, so we greet them, folks, when they come in, and help them get settled with their stuff. But mainly, we're there to develop relationships. But there are tasks involved to help people get settled in their beds and make sure that everybody has what they need.
Okay. So in addition to doing the meal, you're also helping them get ready for bed? So
Yeah.
What does that look like?
When they come in, they go down to what's called the tote room, and each person is assigned a tote. And when they come in, they get scrubs to change into. So everyone changes into scrubs. And all of their personal belongings go into a tote, and they're safely stored for them overnight. So that they feel safe, because they're bringing in everything they own.
Yes.
And the fear of losing some of that stuff
Yes.
is real.
Yes.
So they feel safe when we've got their things, and they can take a deep breath. What I've noticed in the nights we've been there is they just need rest. Some of them go right to a cot and fall asleep immediately. Some want the connection and the relationship, and they want to tell their stories. They want to share who they are.
Okay.
But we help them, get their stuff organized in the totes, help them get to the meal, let them know when they can shower, and just help them settle in for the night.
Yeah, okay. So let me ask you this. I've asked this question of a lot of people that we've talked to. So how has your view of the unhoused population changed, if it has, from before you got involved in this level to now being involved at this level?
Holy cow. I think I can speak for my team as well as myself. We came to fill their cup, and we have found that our cup has been exponentially filled. I think your eyes are opened to human beings, and to being, everyone is a child of God, and everyone has feelings and emotions, and so our eyes have been opened that it's not this group called homeless. It's individuals who have a need, and they are unhoused, and we need to help figure
I'm glad you said that. We've really tried to transitioning some of our conversations away from identifying a person as homeless, because that's not their identity.
Yeah.
Homelessness is not their identity. Homeless isn't their identity. Unhoused isn't their identity. Addict isn't their identity. These are people with an identity different from that, but they happen to be struggling with homelessness or struggling with addiction. And so that's a very important shift, I believe.
I think so too. I mean, just to hear stories. I just discovered one of the women that is there that we've gotten to know is an artist, and she's a beautiful artist, and she's shown pictures of her artwork, and it's, you don't know all of the beauty in folks until you sit down and talk to them.
Okay. So we've had a conversation not that long ago. What was your occupation? Your training is in what?
Yes, I'm an occupational therapist.
Okay, so for those of us who think we know what that is, but really probably don't know what it is, can you tell us what an occupational therapist is?
Sure. It doesn't mean getting people jobs, and it depends on the settings. But what occupational therapy does is to help people function in their world in whatever capacity they're able to do. And help people realize their potential, whether it's physical needs. For example, someone who's had a stroke and can only use one side of their body, how do they function in their world? For the and that can be in all populations. But when I see for the unhoused, I see physical problems. And then you have the monumental thing of being unhoused. So my thoughts and prayers are that we can figure out, I can help facilitate better potential for people and to help them live their best lives, whether it's physical, emotional pain, and through functional things or through what gives them joy, how can we help that?
Yeah, so just so you know, and you know this, but I want others to know that as we develop our program more and more at the mission, and we're constantly trying to improve it, make it better. One of the things we really want to do a better job at is something that's right up that line.
Yes.
And the Lord's been kind of giving us people who've shown interest.
Yes.
And so that may be a way you and your team can plug in even more going forward. If you have time, if you're not feeding at the shelter every night, you might have some time to do some of that as well.
Yes, because when you look at the gifts of volunteers, there's also all of their individual gifts that they bring to the table too. And when you combine that with their heart for giving and serving, there's just all kinds of potential there.
Yes. Okay. So what would you want to say if maybe someone's listening to this and they said, well, if she can do it, she doesn't look so much more of a superhero than I am or whatever, and maybe I can get involved in being part of the solution for those who are struggling with homelessness.
Yes.
What would you share to someone who's thinking about how should I, can I, how do I?
Sure. I want to say that there are many different ways to serve. Sometimes people are afraid that they won't be the face-to-face contact person, and they're nervous about that, but they would love to make the food, or they would love to help support other parts of a program. That's a piece that's really needed. That's not the face-to-face. But I want to encourage everybody to maybe come to the shelter some night and just kind of observe and see the humanness of people, and know that you don't have to be an expert in anything. You just have to be able to love. So.
Excellent. That's a good answer. So I do want to encourage our audience. We've talked with a number of nonprofits, Bridge Street Mission included, and all these nonprofits, the shelter, Bridge Street Mission, Neighbors Places coming later, Community Partners Campus, Northern Valley, they have ways that people in the community can get involved. And so I would encourage you, if you feel led to do it, to connect with any of our agencies and find out how you can kind of experience that same joy of having your cup filled as you're attempting to help somebody else. They'll appreciate it, and you'll probably really benefit from it as well.
Yes, and oh shoot, I was going to say something. No, I forgot what it was.
I'm supposed to be the one doing that.
I'm so
up
sorry.
all that.
Never mind. It was a flash and it left.
That's all right. So excellent. So good. So all right.
I know.
Oh,
I
yes,
do.
go
I do
ahead.
remember what I had to say. I'm sorry. I also think regardless of, or irregardless of how anybody feels about why a person is in the circumstances that they're in, they're there. And our mission is to help them where they are and help lift them up, and try to keep the judgment of why they're there out of it. I guess that's in my mind.
Okay, good.
So.
All right, so the final thing I want to say before, I've got 5 minutes. Okay, so the final thing I want to really say, and we can take our time with this, is that I had an opportunity to interact with your team not that long ago, or at least a number of the members of your team. And so when I was invited to come share what the mission does at Thrive
right,
Church.
yes.
All right, and I have to say, I was never at a church, well, that's not true, but very rarely am I in a church that long, okay? So I kind of felt the hospitality that your group gives. So I went, I shared at the church, we had some question and answer with people afterwards. They escorted me into a room where we had a meal, and then we talked after that meal for probably an hour. You know, and my wife is, well, I thought church was at 9:30 in the morning, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm coming home. So I've got to experience that hospitality that you're offering to our on-house neighbors, and so I know it's a blessing to them, because it was definitely a blessing to me.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, and I think that that joy is contagious. You know, and the more we can share that, the more people want to be a part of it. So.
Yes. All right. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Denise.
Thank you
for coming.
You're welcome.
All right, and tell Chuck we think he's the greatest.
All right, I sure will. Thank you.
All right. Excellent.